So what is success? You know, the world might try to tell you one thing, that success consists of money, fame, popularity, whatever. But personally, I don't think success can be defined by anyone else except yourself. And I think success stems from the sense of fulfillment that you get from doing the things that make you the most happy, make you the most fulfilled in your life, and that are ultimately leading to your highest potential and your desired lifestyle. I feel like the world, it puts such a dogma on success in such a narrative frame of view that it clouds so many people's judgment, including myself, where you come to a point where you're doing things because you think it's going to lead you to the path of success, but ultimately you didn't even pave that path yourself. And that's, I feel like, where so many of us mess up, because we're walking down a road that we didn't pave. And I don't know about you guys, but that feeling alone, if I knew that I walked down a road that I didn't pave for myself, I couldn't live with that. Knowing that I got to a point in life that I didn't envision for myself, but that I subconsciously or consciously walked down that path because that's the way society explains success to me, or that's the way, people explain the correct career path. You're letting outside thoughts feed into where you think you should go. And that's another important thing when it comes to success. Your thoughts, they really ultimately create who you are and who you're going to be. Especially if you're watching this and you're maybe in the age range of maybe 16 to 20. I feel like those years are so formative when it comes to your trajectory in life, like ultimately for the rest of your life. Not just those years in general, like I think adolescence also plays a big role, but those formative years from your teens to your 20s or mid-20s, I feel like what you feeding yourself consciously, not just feeding yourself when it comes to your food, but your appetite with music, your thoughts, the sort of content that you're feeding yourself with, all those things, they drive and they pave a road that you're ultimately going to follow, whether you know it or not. I feel like success is being fulfilled in knowing that you're doing the things that make you happy, whether or not it's going to make you a lot of money or give you a lot of popularity or whatever. But it's an unexplainable fulfillment that you get. I don't know how to explain it, but I hope some of you know what I mean. But it's an unexplainable sort of attainment that your life is aligned with your core values. When you have certain values in place and there's certain habits and activities that you're doing that are adhering to those values and they're aligning with those values, it creates that sense of fulfillment because you know you're walking in a path that you're paving and you're on a road that God has paved for yourself. When it comes to vision, without vision, there is no future. Without the vision, the people perish. So you have to establish a vision that stems from your own heart, that has no outside influence, because that's when you'll truly recognize what success means to you, and not what your grandma tells you, not what your mom tells you, not what anyone outside of yourself tells you about who you can be and who you are. There's a certain level of discernment and wisdom that it takes to have that level of introspection, to actually take the moments to sit down, to journal, to write it down, your desires and what you want and how you can get there, and the certain characteristics and qualities that you need to cultivate in order to get there. There's a certain level of self-reflection that you have to have those moments if you really want to live your desired life. And no one can create that for you. No one can create your vision. No one can put vision into your heart except yourself. There's a lot of people who can inspire you. And sure, I have a lot of inspirations But the most people that I'm inspired by are people who tell themselves that they're going to become something. They stick to their values, and they do those things every single day without taking breaks, or breaks are obviously necessary, but without taking breaks, and they get to that point with no exceptions. Those are the most people I'm inspired by. For one, Kanye West. People didn't believe in him, but he had the confidence in himself to really get to that point. And now everyone knows his name, bro. We don't even call him Kanye West anymore. Just call him Ye. It's crazy. If y'all haven't watched the Kanye West documentary, you should go watch that anyways. Another one of my biggest inspirations is Naruto. Since he was a kid, people hated him because he had a demon inside him, but he used what was so negative about his life to turn it positive. And he ended up reaching his ultimate goal, which is very powerful. But yeah, you really have to define success for yourself. No one can do that for you. Once you take those moments to really reflect on who you want to be and who you are, and establish your values and the type of factors that you need to incorporate in your life to make those things a reality, that's when you'll start to see the fulfillment and the alignment of things coming into your life. Because if you try to achieve success out of a worldly way, in the way that the world sees it, you're not living life to its ultimate fulfillment. I don't think, personally. I could never live my life in a way that is on someone else's path, or allowing my thoughts to be corroded by what other people would think of me, or what society and the media would intrude on my own thought process. You have to have individuality, you have to have creativity, and you have to have the urgency to seek out what is most important to you. Because if you try to go for success in a worldly way, it's all these tangible things, these materialistic things, these monetary things like money. It could be different vices, drugs, women, popularity, followers, subscribers, fame, whatever it is. Those things are all temporary. And what does it benefit a man to give his whole effort into toil for monetary things, but to have no fulfillment near the end of his life because he didn't do what actually made him happy? With that being said, I hope this really touched somebody. Ultimately, I'm making this video for my future self to see if my mindset still aligns with this thought process. So maybe I'll look at this in a few years and maybe I've changed, maybe I haven't, or maybe I'll be like, wow, that was profound. But anyways, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends, and I'm out.